in the face chat.
It'll do. That'll do, right?
Why look so grainy?
We don't know. We're about to go live. All right, here we go.
It's not the camera.
It might be.
Wipe it off.
We just tried that.
My front face camera went out on my computer, and we got kind of the same computer, so
yeah,
it might just
all right. Here we go.
Things manufactured.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, I can be. I can be in the camera.
Our live feed starts random. We wanted to start. This was already random, and somebody's in already.
All right, go ahead. I'm trying to catch y'all and I can't. Me.
We need to put something
Somewhere.
Is it gonna start talking over? All right, here we go.
Yeah, we good. You want to cut this light back
Yeah,
on?
I guess we can. All right, let's get it.
All right. Welcome to the Academy live and in living color and in the living room.
We made it.
Yeah, sorry about not coming up on Thursday, but we are here for you now, Friday night. You know we wasn't gonna have an episode before the Super Bowl. We were just gonna let the Super Bowl go past and not give our opinions and our input and our predictions. And especially with all the news. What's up, Pops? And with all the news breaking, the Porzingis news, the AD news, LeBron's back, Kyrie's talking. You know, did you see Steph's comments on the Woj podcast?
Oh, I did.
Yeah, it's like
a lot to
the
discuss.
association, man. These brothers is talking. They act like it's not Super Bowl week. Like they taking over all the headlines. So a lot to go through the association. Plus going through our Super Bowl picks and our predictions. Joe's been very quiet and tight to the vest on what his Super Bowl predictions are.
Absolutely.
He's been asked several times in front of me, and he has not budged not once. So I am biting at the tip to figure out.
I will not succumb to your pressure.
What exactly his prediction is.
Too much.
Because his prediction should fall in line.
Hey, like this dude trying to sway me on my prediction. It's ridiculous. It's like the mob.
It should fall in line. So don't be afraid to hit the comments. Make sure you give your predictions on the Super Bowl as well. If you got to go in and out the feed, don't forget to put your scores up before you step out. Make sure you come back. Make sure you share. If you're on the YouTube right now, just go ahead and hit the share button and then click your Facebook and it'll pop right up. You don't have to write anything, or you can share the feed on your YouTube, or you can go to Facebook on Joe's page. He's up right now. If you're friends with him, you can get in there. Go ahead and comment your scores and the things that's going on in the association as we go through. Your comments help us move the show along. We appreciate it. We are very thankful for it. And then our past episode is up on iTunes, so make sure you check that out. Make sure you subscribe to us on iTunes at the Academy Sports Show, and you'll get all the alerts every time an episode pops up. And then subscribe to the YouTube, trigger that bell, so that way you get the notification every time we go live, baby. So it won't be a podcast put up this week because we're not in the studio, but we still want your participation. It's a lot of hearts in your live feed.
Yep. So you know how that goes. When the wife comes in the live feed and starts putting hearts, you're thankful.
It's just, you know.
And you have to point it out.
And be happy you're loved.
Yep. Sports podcast. Brethren, what's good, Ralph?
Hey, Ralph. How was that steak, brother? It looked good.
Yeah, man. Send pictures.
It looked good. And then it pops up over here, too.
Wow.
So, yeah, we appreciate all your feedback. Please comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. As you know, I'm your host, Andre Douglas, with your host, Joe Williams.
It's so weird when we're not in the studio. The studio gives us structure.
Mm-hmm.
This is more of a free-for-all. Ralph said he can't look at an old woman in a walker and the same again. Oh, man, that was hilarious last night. But what's up, everybody, man? We're glad to be here. It's Super Bowl week, so let's get it. And the association is what it is. You have heard me say this so many times.
Baby.
Drama. The NBA is a soap opera. It is an 82-game soap opera that's designed to keep you throughout the season. And they are doing an excellent job. So we got a lot to talk about. What do you think about Porzingis to Dallas? Do you like what the Knicks are doing? Dre had me swayed last night. I was feeling strongly about it. Cephas was upset. Then I began to do my research and read up and start to consider all the possibilities, and I'll share my opinion here in a moment about that as well. So, thanks for joining us in the live feed. Before we get started, though, we got to pay the bills, as always.
I thought you was going to take it.
No. I can't
I thought you was going to go ahead and take it.
I can't take it because I'm going to mess it up.
Shout out to our sponsor here at Academy Sports Show, Mr. Mike Bonds Plumbing, both licensed and insured. Bonds Plumbing provides top quality work at great prices. Whether just get up to cold, waterproofing, or daily home services, you want to hit Mike Bonds Plumbing. Hey, yo, it's so cold in the deep. You need your pipes fixed right now, bro. If you wasn't running your water, it's all frozen.
Or you dropped your thermostat down to 65 and then something busted because of it. Listening to them people.
So if you need those services, make sure you hit them up. The number is
313-304-7786.
Yeah, BondsPlumbing.com. Make sure you check it out. They show all the areas that he services. Get a great quote. Tell them the guys from the Academy Sports Show sent you, and he would appreciate it. Once again, the number is
313. Call him up, 304-7786.
Yeah, check out Mike Bonds Plumbing. He is the real MVP. So once again, man, we appreciate everybody in the live feed. If you get a chance, just please share. Just share whatever feed that you're in. And then if you're on iTunes, man, share the iTunes feed. Let them know this is the sports podcast that I listen to when I drive to work. This is aux cable worthy. This is headset worthy when I'm at the gym. So let them know and spread the word. Shout out to those guys at Audio Wave Network, the home fam. We appreciate them always holding us down. Couldn't get in the studio this week, but we definitely try to be back next week. So make sure you check out the whole Audio Wave fam as a whole. All right, man. The most pertinent thing on the docket is the Porzingis move, right?
The Porzingis
It's
trade.
got to be. Yesterday, Porzingis was traded along with Tim Hardaway Jr. and Trey Burke and Courtney Lee, and 2 first-round picks to the Dallas Mavericks. Oh, no, Dallas, they got them. So those guys were traded to Dallas. New York got back Dennis Smith Jr., Wesley Matthews, 2 first-round picks, and DeAndre Jordan. So that hit the waiver. The first report that I saw from Woj was Porzingis walked into my man's office, said, I don't like the culture here. I don't like losing. You should do something about it. So the report before that was Woj said that New York was already talking to Dallas about acquiring assets. They were already in some trade talks. But after Porzingis came in my man's office like that, he was like, go ahead, throw him in there too.
Wow. That just changed how I feel about this. Ralph has already commented. So Ralph says if Porzingis could be as good as he was in Dallas, Dallas would be nice. But New York is freeing up money to make a splash.
Yep.
That's how you sold me yesterday.
Yep.
I thought yesterday, I said, okay, what's going on? You said, oh, man, they freeing it up. They'll have cap space. DeAndre Jordan comes off the books.
Yep.
Once DeAndre comes off the books and you get rid of those contracts, you got a ton of money to make a move.
$75 million.
You can bring in
2 max guys.
And plus hope you get the number 1 pick in this year's draft because
that's Zion, baby.
Your record's horrible and you will have a lot of ping pong balls in the bucket.
And that's even RJ Barrett too. I'll put him in the same too because the dude's a baller.
That's true.
So if you get 1 or 2, you got a guy.
So you got a guy coming out of Duke plus 2 maximum players. I wish Andre Drummond and Reggie Jackson didn't like the coach.
They like the money here. They ain't gonna complain.
Now, before you told me that, I was yesterday, I was like, oh man, New York's making a move. I like that.
Okay.
Then today, I began to think on it.
Okay.
And I'm starting to think, how in the world do you make a trade with your best player that you're supposed to build around?
Okay.
All right. You're supposed to build around. Monique just says, conventional wisdom says New York Knicks coach Dave Fizdale will be among the biggest critics of Thursday's trade that shipped Chris. Honey, You're copying and pasting. Yes, you did Google. Good job.
Wow.
Oh man.
That is funny. That's dedication. I will give her that right there. She went for the copy and paste. I support that.
Man.
I support
I'm gonna be like Coach Fisdale here, according to my wife's information, and 100% say, how do you get rid of the Porzingis and bring these guys back with no guarantee of anything?
And be like that.
I like keeping Porzingis and then bringing in something and then being able to get that max contract. That makes more sense to me. But this right here, I don't like it. Now, you just dropped that information on me with walking into the office and saying you got to do something about the culture.
Yep.
So he basically went in there and said, trade me.
Yep.
Either you do something about this or you trade me. Well, we know Mr. Dolan is not going to change anything in New York.
No.
The culture's not going to change. The ownership's not going to change. So that is pretty much writing your ticket out of town. So now it makes sense as to why he's a part of that trade. Pride comes before the fall because New York fans, I'm sorry. There's a possibility you don't get the 1 or 2 pick.
Yeah.
And there's a possibility that no max free agent comes to your town.
There's a shot. There's a chance. There's a chance. But there's also a chance that they do get a guy.
Yes.
But is it the guys that they want?
Right.
That's the question. If it's not KD and Kyrie and you get Jimmy Butler and Kemba Walker, was it still worth it?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. That's ridiculous. Jimmy Butler and Kemba Walker. That's ridiculous. So here's what's going to happen. We're playing the NBA soap opera wait and see game.
Yeah,
this is going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. Thank you, Ralph. It's going to be fun. But I am now knowing what I know with the whole going into the office. Okay.
Yep.
But I'm going to be honest with you. You don't trade Porzingis.
No.
You keep Porzingis. You fleece somebody.
Try to get a max guy with
and
him.
then you build around him.
With
Could
him.
you imagine Porzingis with the likes of Zion and Kyrie and KD?
Yeah.
Or an RJ Barrett, Porzingis, and a KD?
Yeah.
Now you talking.
Yeah.
And then you let one of them little second tier guys like Jimmy Butler come in for a little less money.
Jimmy's a second tier guy.
You know,
Jimmy.
And then you fill out the roster. Then you go out west and you try to beat those guys in Golden State. I don't like it, but now knowing what we know.
Well, that's you're saying that the Knicks are really betting on New York.
Yes.
They're betting on guys wanting to play in New York.
In the Mecca, right?
A very watered down East right now.
True.
So you add one superstar to your team, you can be a playoff team.
You could be you could be a finals team.
You can be a playoff team. You add 2 superstars, you can be a finals team. And so because essentially you're taking max guys off the contenders. So if you're going after Kawhi, you're taking him off the Raptors. The Raptors are less. If you're taking Kyrie, you're taking him off Boston. Boston would be less. You know what I'm saying? And you're giving a blow to the Western Conference guys. If you're taking Boogie, that might be a blow. If you're taking KD, that'll be a blow. You know what I'm saying? If you're taking Kemba, that's a blow to Charlotte. So they are betting on that guys want to play in New York. That is a huge gamble, seeing that your owner is trash.
And everybody knows it.
Yeah, everybody knows your owner is trash. So you really would have to really want to play in New York.
And you'd have to sell me that I'm not gonna go to an owner who arguably might be racist.
He's trash, bro. He has done 0 things for that. He's done 0 things for that franchise.
Hello, everybody.
So
Ralph said they've never gotten a max free agent.
One.
Who?
Amari.
Oh.
They paid Amari Stoudemire.
That was back when It wasn't like huge max free agent.
Well, that was before Supermaxes and stuff like that. But they had a lot of cap. They wanted to get a superstar.
Right.
They didn't get one, so they paid Amari Stoudemire. So,
but nobody's ever come to New York.
He had a good half a season, microfracture surgery, shot both knees. He was gone.
Listen, if I'm a Knicks fan, I'm nervous.
That's $100 and whatever he made $1 million.
He's probably still getting paid today.
Probably still getting paid.
I'm nervous if I'm a Knicks fan.
So yeah, that's
you're right. They're betting on New York.
Their front page of the New York Times was KD, Kyrie, and Zion all in New York Knicks jersey, trying to believe in the process.
Ooh.
So one thing, you don't want to win games. So I would think they would buy out DeAndre Jordan and let him go to another playoff team.
Yep.
Wesley Matthews is pretty much Tim Hardaway Jr. So that's a wash for me. That's just another guy that can just a volume shooter guy. So I feel bad for Trey Burke because he reinvigorated his career in New York. He was getting minutes.
He was getting minutes. He was just now getting them though. I mean,
so going to Dallas, see how that goes. But on the flip side, how do you feel about Dallas?
Porzingis and Luka.
Yep.
Porzingis. Wait a minute. They gave up my man though.
They gave up Dennis Smith Jr. He was disgruntled. He was disgruntled. He took his time coming back from an injury.
So 2 disgruntled players got traded.
Yeah, they got traded. But the crazy thing for Knicks fans is how much Phil Jackson screwed up that draft for y'all. Y'all drafted Frank Ntilikina, whatever his name is.
Nope.
Who's been on and off when you could have had Dennis Smith Jr. in that draft. Anyway, so you traded for a guy you could have drafted 3 years ago.
Yep.
So good job on that.
Well, the Mavericks just got relevant.
Yeah, they did.
And that's going to be fun. Luka's fun already.
They did.
And now with Porzingis, I think to Ralph's point, if you can come back and be Porzingis, that's a nice deadly combination.
Yeah.
I still feel like they need a guard or a 3 guy.
Now, here's one thing. Mike Conley's still out there.
He sure is.
If I was Dallas, I would try to figure out a package to get Mike Conley. You don't have a lot of assets left, and I feel like it's kind of crazy to say you gave up too much for Porzingis, but 2 first-round picks, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
That's a lot.
That means your future is...
Yeah, they gave up, I want to say, 2020 and 2022 or something like that. So they still got their draft pick for this year.
And they still got a draft pick in between.
Yeah, every other year.
Okay.
So they gave up their first rounds every other year starting in 2020.
Sports even said they're going to be nasty.
So, yeah, Luka and Porzingis, once Porzingis comes back from his injury, that's going to be nice. They just got to flesh out their roster.
Yeah.
They need a big. They need a point. So we'll see how they go. I mean, Luka's been kind of their point guard.
Yeah, he's been kind of their point guard.
White LeBron and KD. Well, and so just going through the Instagram, they say that that Mark Cuban wants to go after Mirotic. So that's another guy from the Pelicans.
Right.
A big that can shoot. That probably can play center for him. If they're going to scrap the whole thing with AD, that's another guy. And then they're also going after Vujacic. Or Vujic, whatever his name is, the guy from Orlando, just to make an all-Euro, starting lineup. Mark Cuban can do stuff like that. He can do stuff like that. And you thinking that this is Dirk's last year. Yep. Dirk is still going to come back as an assistant and mentor these guys.
Yep.
So Dallas can be nasty. I definitely believe that. After this free agency, some teams are going to lose some major guys, and Dallas can be nice. So I like this move for Mark Cuban.
This definitely looks good for Dallas. New York, we'll see. I'm nervous. I would be nervous if I'm a Knicks fan because you're betting on New York. You're betting on the mystique of the Garden, which I'm gonna be honest with you. It's more like it's bigger and more relevant when somebody comes into your building and puts up 63 than it is for people to go there and play there. So it's like.
That's been a mistake now. Nobody's
drawn by that anymore.
Is balling like that. It's going to Madison Square Garden and putting up the numbers.
That's tough, man. Y'all really betting on it. It's going to be interesting, though. Not going to count you out because right now it's a 50-50 shot. Mm-hmm. As we start to read the tea leaves and we start to see things happen, we see how things go in the draft. New York, I think the first splash for New York is if they get that number 1 or 2 pick. Mm-hmm. They have to get that guy that they can say, okay, hey, free agents, look who we have.
Yep.
We got this guy. Come play with him.
Yep.
It's gonna be tough If it's Zion, you could probably draw somebody in.
Yep.
If it's RJ, it's a good chance there too. But you're asking for guys that come and play with the rook.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough. It's a selling point. It's going to be tough though. So we're going to have to see.
It'll be easier. It'll be for flashing, all Zion. You definitely want to, it'll be easier because that's not a guy that's going to take shots from you. Zion's going to come in and he's going to hustle. He's not going to be a guy that you need to give the ball on the block.
Right.
He's going to be like an offensive rebound, put back, energy guy for his first couple years in the league. RJ, he's going to need shots. I mean, he's a 2, and there's not a lot of good 2 guards out here in the league right now. Like after James Harden, Jimmy Butler, that list kind of drops off.
Mm-hmm.
Klay Thompson. And so you get RJ Barrett in, that's a guy that needs shots. Out of the guys that they think they can get, out of the Boogies, the KDs, the Kyries, the Kawhis, those top-tier free agents, which one of those guys do you see making the move to New York more than anybody?
If we're going on history, I see Boogie in New York.
Okay.
Because he's the guy that needs is probably still going to need to prove his worth. Okay. And what I mean by that is he's coming off that injury. He's going to have a half a season plus the playoffs.
Yep.
Very good chance they win a championship. Very good chance he plays a key role in that. But does he play a big enough role to where somebody goes, I want to max him?
Right.
And so I could see nobody going to New York and him still being on the market and it being Amari Stoudemire repeat. Okay. And they go, I'll pay him.
Get the injured center and just overpay him.
Yeah, because
and then sell it like a superstar came here.
There you go. And then so you have kind of Boogie and the young guy that you draft, which means Boogie's not mentoring. So you got a whole situation. The other thing is you look at the tea leaves, you look at Kyrie, he's being petty on Instagram right now. So he posted a picture of him and LeBron in Cleveland uniforms at practice. So they talking about we might get back together. So he's being petty. But then today the news came out saying he said that Boston is still in the lead.
Well,
but he has a right to choose to do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, he said check me July 1st.
Yep.
Check me July 1st.
So that door's open.
Yeah.
So you look at KD.
And we talked about that last. We talked about it last week. What kind of what side of the fence you on if that move happens?
And it's been discussed too. I even heard Dan Lebertar's dad in Spanish say, "Why in the world did you complain about leaving only to go back and play?" But we had that discussion. That'll definitely be for another pod down the road.
iTunes, check that out.
But it's just when you look at the players right now, you look at the people out there. Will KD leave the West and come East? It's just a lot of things are working against the Knicks to land that guy. But hey, we'll see. July 1's coming. April's coming.
Yeah.
For Sports Receivers, I think the Mavericks do need a point guard. You're right. The game has changed. The idea of a point guard. I think the Mavericks need a point guard because of just their player style. Luka, he's a ball handler in creating his shot. He's not necessarily coming up the floor and getting everybody going. They now have Porzingis. He can handle it a little bit as a 7-footer. But is he coming up the floor with it? Probably not. They just need not even a guy that's going to get it. Man, probably would be a perfect fit in Dallas.
It would be a nice fit with Dallas or New York.
Ain't been there since '99.
Sports even says they do really need a point guard though. Point guards are not really relevant in today's basketball. Really, the style has changed. If you can get another off guard that can handle the ball, Dallas will be fine.
Yeah,
Luka handles the ball. You get another off guard that can handle the ball, pretty much. But when you're in the West, you need a point guard that can play defense because you're going against
those guys.
You're going against Dame Lillard. You're going against Russell. So you need a guy that's athletic that can guard those.
Yeah, guys. If you can guard and just bring the ball, like if you look at the way Dallas plays now, they just need a guy.
And with them losing a core chunk of their roster now, and really right now it's just Luka because you don't really expect Porzingis to come back anytime soon to contribute. They're going to be a lottery team this year. So that's a place that they can look for in the draft to try to get a guy that can be a good ball handler for them. And there's guys out there. I mean, if they got rid of DeAndre Jordan's contract, they're gonna have cap space too. So they can actually get a guy like Kemba Walker or a second tier guy that's not looking for max money. So it opens up things for Dallas as well. It opens up a lot for New York. It'll be fun to see how this goes. To answer the question that I gave you, I actually see KD making that move. Like,
really?
I do. I mean, it makes
KD to New York by himself?
It makes more sense to me because he don't have nowhere else to go. Like, if you look at the grand scheme of things, if you're not going to stay in Golden State, I don't really see him going with LeBron. I don't see him taking that role with LeBron. He's not of that age of a guy like AD and trying to look up to LeBron and trying to learn and trying to, pass the torch. He's not a pass the torch guy. He's coming in to take over. And you're not going back home. Nobody wants to go play in Washington. There's no other really Western Conference team you really want to go to. You don't want to go to a James Harden dominant game. So you look on the East. I mean, where you going? You want to go to the Philly? You want to go to Boston? I would say New York is wide open for you. You get the most money, where he say is what's most important to him right now. He's about to get his third championship. So just go ahead and grab – or second championship, or I lost track by now. He's about to get another championship this year. He got his chips. He got his MVPs. Go get paid. Go get that New York money. And, if Zion comes, that's a guy that you can mentor, and you can make New York your home.
Going home to D.C. is whack.
Yeah, you can make New York your home. So out of all those guys, the Superman guys, I see KD making that move more than everybody because I think Kyrie's going back to L.A. I think he's going with LeBron. So, like, if I'm pushing my chips in, I'm saying Kyrie to L.A. I'm saying KD to New York. Boogie would just be out there. If I'm the Golden State Warriors, and we're getting ahead of ourselves, if I'm the Golden State Warriors, I would trade Draymond, and I wouldn't pay him because he's a free agent next year, and I'd re-sign Boogie with the money that I traded Draymond with because he's just a better asset.
Sports even says nobody wants to play in New York until they get the management together. They won't be able to attract anyone.
Yeah, that's the biggest turnoff. It's the owner.
Yeah, I think it'd be sad to see, but I think we might be sitting here on July 9th after free agents have signed going,
well,
nobody went to New York.
And they will riot. They will burn it down because Porzingis, they don't call him a unicorn for nothing. You got a 7-foot guy that can shoot, block shots, play the pick and roll, hit it from deep. He did everything well. He didn't do he's good at a lot of things, not great at something.
Right.
He did a lot of things really good.
A lot of things really well.
So, and he hasn't had a long career.
Yeah. He got a lot of time.
That was a young guy that you traded away for. That you could have paired somebody.
You could have paired him with someone. Build around.
So I think right now it's really undetermined. I would say undetermined for the grade for New York, and I would give Dallas an A.
I need for you two to take over the Pistons. I feel sorry for Blake. Ralph, I don't feel so well. He was traded here, so you can feel sorry for him. But I'm gonna be honest with you. You're right. The Pistons are horrible. That's why they get no pod time because there's nothing to really talk about. But it's a fledgling situation. All of these, listen, the NBA is the haves and the have-nots. Right now, the Pistons aren't part of the have-nots. Just chill out, Pistons fans. Don't even hope. just watch for basic entertainment. Lower your expectations. That's how I survived the lean years with the Cavs. I just lowered my expectations. I didn't go to the game. You just go to the games. You just root just to be rooting. You don't expect to win. But whatever you do, don't start trying to be an A seed. That's the worst. I just can't stand teams that, hey, let's be A seed. Woo, let's be mediocre and lose in the first round. Just don't do that.
I don't feel bad.
But we would love to take over for the Pistons if you're taking applications. I would take that money. That paycheck.
I would. That team would be good.
We could do it.
That team would be good if we took that over.
We could do it.
So let's see. So we did dabble a little bit in Kyrie. Let's just transition to Kyrie, and then we'll go to AD. How do you feel about Kyrie backtracking on his first initial? I want to be a Celtic for life. I want my name retired in the rafters. I'm willing to resign to now, middle of this season, after the turmoil that it seems kind of manufactured, to I'm waiting till July 1st to see what I'm doing. I'm doing what's best for me. I'm not sacrificing for nobody no more, and get the out of my face.
Well, you like the hindsight, Kyrie. You feel like it's fair for Kyrie to have his hindsight. This is one of those things, man, where it's typical. It just seems like typical NBA star player stuff.
Okay.
Like you make a statement, you feel in some type of way at the time, and then you change your mind, and now you need to walk it back. And that's just this day and age we live in. It's these comments, and then you walk back.
Oh,
the
we're walking it back.
Rudy Giuliani, right? So he's walking it back. There's no collusion. Anyway, this is a sports show. But anyway, at the end of the day, I think what Kyrie is definitely experiencing is this whole idea that you thought something was there, it is not currently,
Right.
and now obviously you want to make that adjustment. But Ralph, you just took the words right out of my mouth. What else is going on? Okay,
He's getting pushback.
They're
from the
not
youngins.
meshing on the floor.
No.
He's definitely getting pushed back in the locker room. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not just the youngins. Also, is there a battle brewing with the idea that they made it to Game 7 without him? So maybe people don't look at him as the leader. They don't look at him as the guy that's going to help show us how to get there.
Yeah, they probably want him to assimilate into the group instead of him trying to take over as the leader.
He's trying to be the alpha male, right?
Yeah.
So I think
the games that he sit out, Jason Tatum goes off. I noticed that the other day. Like he sat out. He played the Warriors game, but in between the Warriors games, he's been sitting out.
Right.
And the last game Tatum played, he was the dominant ball handler. He got his shot off. Watching Tatum play with Kyrie, he just looks frustrated. Like he doesn't get the rhythm of the dribble into a shot. Like once he actually gets the ball, he just tries to shoot the ball because he's not gonna get it for another 3-4 possessions.
Yeah.
So they got to work on their stuff, which I want to talk to you about this one thing too, because are you still giving them the benefit of the doubt now? Like, are you still giving? They just need time and they just need this moment, because I told you I've been on this Philly wagon, and I feel like you need to get on this Philly wagon with me. Philly just beat the Warriors in regular season. I know it's regular season, but they
you already know what I'm gonna say.
And just beat them. But I want you to take this wagon a little more serious, and I want you to know, and I want you to feel like Boston isn't going to be that team this year as much as you want them to be.
You want me to feel that way.
You
so
want
therefore
them to
I
jail
have to,
for some reason, and it's not. They gave you no reason for them to jail.
Everything is I want you to feel. You want me to feel. Why? So you can get
They don't gel.
But do you want to get a satisfaction and say you were right? Is that what it is?
I want you to see what I see. I want you to see that they don't look like they're just gonna. You had a confidence that the flip will switch with Cleveland sooner or later.
Switch with flip.
But they're not giving you nothing. They're not giving you anything to the point where you think this switch will flip. Even they got anonymous Golden State players saying after their game with Boston, like Gordon Hayward makes them horrible because he don't defend and he takes bad shots. So, like, this team doesn't look like it's ready to make a run to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm just saying. I want you to feel the same way I feel.
So I do have to fess up on this and agree a little bit that things look rocky. But I've already gone on record saying that as we come close to the playoffs, if things are not gelled, I'm ready to go ahead and admit that. So things definitely look rocky. They're in these games still, though. So I'm not 100% off that bandwagon, but it is the wheels are getting shaky. Lug nuts are falling off. There might be a crack in one of in the frame. But at the end of the day, they're still in the games. They're not playing well. They're not gelling well right now. They're still in these games. They're still competitive. There is this weirdness with Kyrie goes off, Tatum doesn't. Kyrie doesn't play, Tatum goes off. So clearly there's an issue there. I think there's just a lot going on. It's possible. It's very possible that this won't get righted by by the beginning of the playoffs, and it does look that way. And I'm on record as already saying, listen, when we get to the playoffs and see what seed they are, we look at these matchups. I do have to come to a realization of whether or not I think this is an in or an out, and so it is getting shaky. I agree.
Okay.
I agree. Sports Dad Stevens, yes, he says, I think what Kyrie is doing is awesome. New York doesn't feel like home, I think you mean Boston doesn't feel like home, and he has a right to make another move to go over there and test the waters out to see if you can make it work. Wasn't what he thought it was going to be. Now he's considering other options. Then on top of that, he recognizes the task at hand, recognized it was a problem with him and LeBron was working together. Yeah, it seems like that. They're not respecting him as a person. Been there, done that. Play the greatest player in the world. He's won championships. He was actually a catalyst. See, and that's the thing I was about to say, what you just point out there. I think they look at him as almost like you won with LeBron, and you weren't the guy that made that work. Mm-hmm. And so you don't get that. You almost get that other respect in this locker room, that you was one of the others and not the guy. It's not so. No. I'm just saying. I'm not calling him that. I'm just saying that's what it is. Because imagine if LeBron were in Boston right now, would they conform? Yeah. Because LeBron can say, I went to A straight. I carried those teams. He
has the best player in the world moniker behind him when he says things like that.
Exactly, and I think that's the problem. If Kyrie's trying to be that guy, Kyrie's trying to be the I want a ring guy, I know how to get us to the promised land guy. Usually those guys get that respect when guys can look back and go, yep, we've seen you take people to the promised land.
Okay.
So Kyrie doesn't have that. He has a championship, but he doesn't have that. So we'll see. John says they don't gel well. Sometimes the player shows up in the playoffs. That's true. They might turn again. It might be a different vibe in the playoffs. Remember this too. Styles of games change in the playoffs. In the playoffs, things slow down. Walk it up. You got to rebound.
That's even more Kyrie to me.
That's more Kyrie. So I don't know. Does it result in wins? Chad says Kyrie and the team both got what they deserve. Kyrie switched to a weaker team, so he would be the MVP. He didn't want to work to be better. He wanted to surround himself with weaker people to look better than he really is. Wow. And the team who accepts that individual has basically inserted cancer into their locker room.
Yikes.
That's a strong statement.
Yikes.
But, hey, you have a right to say that, though, because it's not working.
The basis of the statement, though, is off because he was traded there. He didn't go there.
But he demanded it, though.
He demanded a trade, but he didn't know where he was going.
True, but he demanded it. I think what the problem is you can't give him – a lot of people aren't going to give him a pass because of the fact that he said, I want out. And then he also let it kind of be the blame was on LeBron.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to get bad treatment for that.
He backtracked that, though.
Well, yeah, he's backtracked it. But now backtracking it, some people will accept, like you have, the whole you can.
That's the side of the fence.
Right. I get that. Grass is greener.
I'm on the side of the fence where he owned up that he was wrong.
True.
He apologized. He realized that it's harder to lead a team than what he thought was, and he realized he was the guy that was in the locker room that wasn't making it easier for the leader to lead his team. I was the guy that was that stupid young guy that he called his guys now. Right. I was a stupid young guy thinking we should have everything right now and not going through the process that I know that you've been through and I know that you know what to do. I wanted everything right. I wanted everything right now. And I'm dealing with that and within my own locker room right now. And I'm trying to tell these guys it's a marathon, not a sprint. And they're not listening to me. And my hindsight right now is big enough to say that I'm sorry and I apologize to you personally about this. And now if you extend that olive branch to me, I might take it and go to LA and think of it as not that I'm being a coward and leaving the opportunity that I thought that I wanted. I'm actually being a bigger man and going back with the guy that I know I work well with.
Some people will give you that. And I'm not disagreeing. I can see that side, but some people are not going to give that. Some people like Chad say he demanded the trade and complained about the shadow, basically. He wouldn't be the MVP. He wanted to be the man.
He wanted to be the man.
Then you got somewhere, you're trying to be the man, and you're not being accepted. It's not working. Now you want to run back to the man. Some people look at that as he's being a bigger person. He come to realization. We all go through life. I mean, you can make the story sound great, and I'm not knocking that. I don't disagree at all. That's one side of the fence. But the other side of the fence, which he's going to also get people saying, no, bro, hold on. You could have stayed and worked it out. You could have stayed and LeBron probably would have left. And you could have been the man there. And you had a poor situation of ownership there. You have what some people will say one of the nastiest fan bases towards their black athletes in Boston. Not making any accusations. That's just what's been said. And so you didn't know you were getting traded to Boston, but you did demand a trade in the offseason from a championship caliber team. And yes, Steve, as you point out, he's the reason why they won. Without Kyrie, LeBron don't win it. Hey, that's a valid argument. He hit the big shot.
And I think that removes him from the other status.
Some people will argue that doesn't.
He's not an other because the LeBron haters and the LeBron detractors would say Kyrie won that ring for LeBron.
Right.
And the people and the purists would say Kyrie was a pivotal part of that championship.
Right.
He wasn't. You can't put him in the same group as Tristan Thompson, J.R. Smith.
No, I'm not trying.
Even Kevin Love.
But let me be careful of saying
he was one of the main cogs in their success.
I'm not saying he's an other. What I'm saying is that there's a reason why he's not getting the respect in the locker room. Kyrie's not getting the "Hey, I won a championship, follow me" respect, and there's a reason why. And it's because I think it's just I'm just telling you what I see, because you gotta ultimately point to what is it like. Why doesn't Marcus Smart listen? Why doesn't Jason Tatum listen?
Why does Terry Rozier want more shots?
Why does Terry Rozier exactly scary Terry, right? Like I was begging for Terry to shoot last year in the Eastern Conference Finals. Every time he got the ball, shoot, Jason. I mean, scary Terry, please, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, there's a reason why. And I think at the end of the day, what it is he's getting there's got to be something that's bringing him down on that respect piece. And I think it is because it's different saying, my name's Kyrie, follow me. I know what it's like to win a championship.
Right.
Versus my name's LeBron. And I mean, is that a given? Yes. He's the best player in the world. He gets that moniker. He can demand that. But for Kyrie, there's a reason why. Now, mind you, we don't know everything, right? We don't know what the media tells us. You listen to players, different things like that.
Kyrie been giving up nuggets these last months. Like,
sure
he been putting stuff out there.
But and what he put out there was, you got some young pups that don't want to listen. But why, Kyrie? Just like LeBron used to get the flack for not bringing his locker room together, Kyrie's got to take some blame in that too, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So while you out here in the media going, the young pups don't want to listen, I also hold you accountable as the leader of the locker room to get the young pups together.
I think it was hard for him. What you alluded to before was they had success without him, and for him to try
got to Game 7 without him.
Yeah, we got here
and Gordon.
We got here without you, bro, and for you to come in and try to tell us how to do stuff when we already did it. And for his mindset was you didn't do it though, like you lost. Like you didn't make it. What are you talking about? You did it. Like what kind of youthful mindset is you going to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals, bro? I'm trying to tell you what to do to get to the chip.
But we lost to LeBron though, and LeBron ain't here no more. See, like, because we could probably play this argument,
and that's probably the back and forth that's going on right now.
We lost to LeBron. LeBron's in the West now.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, here's
what
why.
What you gonna do when you get to the finals? So you gotta play the Warriors.
Well, we'll have it all together by then.
No, because you ain't ready for that.
See,
that smoke, y'all ain't never seen that smoke before, and I'm trying to tell you that. I saw it. I seen it firsthand, and I'm trying to show you what to do with it.
I think at the end of the day, what you have, this is why I'm not ready to go all in on your 76ers.
Okay.
It's because these discussions, if they happen and happen the right way, sometimes result in a come to Jesus moment, and you realize, okay, you know what? He's been there. Let's do it.
Bro.
And teams come together. So that's why I'm not all in on the 76ers yet, because that possibility remains real until they're knocked out of the playoffs.
Okay, how about the fact that Kyrie has, we've seen this with KD and Draymond. Kyrie has yet to commit to Boston. So why are we listening to this guy who probably won't even be here next year?
Yeah, it can play a role. But okay, but at the end of the day, I'm going back to the professionals now. Okay, young pups, that's a real petty attitude. I'm gonna tell you why. Because nobody commits.
Yeah.
No free agent commits. Like, so you play in today's NBA, you know.
Yeah.
The business side of this is he will be foolish to commit.
Yeah.
That's his money.
Yeah.
So that argument to me is blown out of the water. That's torpedo. That's out.
All right. And you expect Kyrie to stay or no?
No.
I say no.
No.
Say
I
no.
don't think he's staying in Boston.
On to LA.
Yeah, it seems like it is.
Oh, I got it.
It seems like he's on his way back to LA.
All right, we got up. They have a talent, but you have to know more than talent in the NBA. They learn to win, but he's the reason they won. Without Kyrie, LeBron doesn't win. He hit the game-winning shot, bro. Yes, he did.
Yeah, Chad says I should admit we have all made mistakes. I just think it's going to take time for him to earn respect rather than it being gifted to him. If his actions match his words, I would view him differently. And I think lots of others will too. But I ain't the one that gossips, so you didn't hear it from me. All right.
Yeah, I totally understand why people wouldn't see him as a leader. He doesn't seem like he has good leadership.
Some people even knock the fact that before LeBron got there, okay,
he was young. I mean,
you're making a lot of excuses for Kyrie.
I don't know.
You're a Kyrie apologist?
No, not really. I'm just
saying that's one of the knocks on him.
Okay, I got you. All right, well, let's transition over to AD, man. He let the Pelicans know that he does not want to be a Pelican anymore. Matter of fact, you need to trade me by the trade deadline because I promise you I will not re-sign an extension. I do not want your Supermax, and you need to let me go. So if you want anything for me, now is the time to trade for me. He was in a press conference today. He told him that it's just my time. Like, why do you want to leave? It's my time. It's my time. It's my career. Careers are short. It's my time to do what I need to do for my career. They asked him, why do you want to go to L.A.? He said him and his agent never put out that he was going to L.A. People are just making that correlation because who his representation is. That's not where I said I want to go. I never gave them a team. I just said that if you want anything from me, I appreciate the city of New Orleans and the Pelicans management. So I'm giving them an opportunity to get something for me before I leave. So what do you think about AD? There's a lot of collusion. That word is being thrown out there. Charles Barkley said he's sick of the collusion. He's sick of once Rich Paul signed him, everybody knew what was going to happen. This is obvious collusion. Rich Paul got fined $50,000 for making it public that trade request was made, even though AD in his press conference said that it was all in private, but a source got a hold of it and asked Rich Paul directly, which he did not deny. So that was the only reason that the story came out. But this whole Anthony Davis drama, people are making offers left and right. First, the Lakers tried to make offers. They weren't even listening because Popovich told them, don't trade them to the Lakers. Don't be that team to give another big to the Lakers. Now they're listening to all options. Lakers made a proposal. Basically, all their starters and young guys, anybody that's not LeBron got offered up. What is your thoughts on the entire Anthony Davis situation?
This is NBA drama at its finest, man.
It's Super Bowl week, too,
but you know, like the thing about it though is you got 2 years left on your deal, bro. And the NBA,
meaning this year and next year, right?
Yeah, he's got to finish out this year and then he's got next year. If everybody who's watching NBA, you guys know how this goes. Like, you know that you sign these deals and you play your contract out. The only way you get out of your contract is you get traded. But you sign these deals, and I just think to come out a year and a half early and say I want to be traded, I just to me it's not as professional. Like, I think you should still let the league be the league and don't start doing this type of stuff. because to me it gives the league a bad look. Dude, you in New Orleans, you signed the deal.
You signed an extension.
And yeah, like play your deal out, then go where you want to go. Everybody knows you want to be traded. Everybody knows you're not happy. Everybody knows, unfortunately, hey, New Orleans ain't winning nothing. So everybody knows that. But you don't have to go out and make a big circus about it because it does start to suggest that there's other stuff going around and like you guys are playing with it a little bit, and then it becomes almost like unauthentic. You know, it's like
I don't know.
Nobody
said that when Jimmy Butler did it.
It's the same. No, I'm the same. Like, it doesn't matter who does it.
And Porzingis just did the same thing. He just didn't draw out.
Yeah, I just think, but I think there's different things. Like, okay, Porzingis, the management, the culture, that's one thing. But
he had valid reasons.
I think so. There's no culture issue in New Orleans.
No, we don't blame you, bro. Go ahead.
No, I think that's true. There's no culture issue in New Orleans. There's no issue. Matter of fact, that's a franchise that would love to build. That's a franchise that would love to be great. Yeah. That's a franchise that will give you everything.
Don't act like you didn't get to the second round last year.
So all I'm saying is, like, in situations like that, just play your deal out and let it be. Like, if they're going to trade you, then let them trade you. If they're going to keep you, then play your deal out. Like, to me, this scenario is slightly different, and it's no fun. It's kind of stupid because if I'm New Orleans, yes, they're offering me everything. But you're gonna offer me everything in 2 years too. Like if I hold him to his contract, like don't the fans deserve that? Does the organization you signed the extension, we extended you took it? If I hold him to it, aren't they gonna come calling for him? I just think it's kind of like how you go demand you sign the deal and then you go stand up and say it's my time. You signed the deal. You signed the extension. Now you trying to cry it's my time. No, bro. What you don't want is at the end of the day, you don't want to get left out in the cold. You don't want to be stuck in New Orleans while people are teaming up on these teams.
Yeah, but at the same time, bro, I'm putting up 45 and 20 every night and we losing, bro. Like, I'm sick of this.
You didn't know that when you signed the deal?
Well, look, last year we had Boogie and Rondo.
But right? You don't.
So this year we lost both of those cats, and I'm thinking I'm going into the season the best player I could be, work out everything, and then the season not going the way you want to.
Be professional. Keep working out. Keep putting up 45 and 20. Yes, you're on a losing team. You sign an extension. You got to play out your deal. Like, this is the thing that bugs me about this. Okay. You coming out in the media saying, trade me, what, however it came out.
Right.
But you're almost portraying this thing like they're holding you hostage. They're not. You signed an extension and you're on a deal.
Yeah.
They're not holding. And that's the thing. It's like, I get it. Y'all want the power in the NBA. And for the most part, NBA players pretty much now are running this thing, except in this area when you want out of that contract early and they can't get out. To me, I can't ride with you on that because to me, you're making it seem like New Orleans is doing you dirty. Mm-hmm. Like, it's my time. You just need to trade me. I'm giving y'all all of this and you're giving me nothing back. Dude, we giving you the best we can give you.
Yeah, it's New Orleans.
It's true. It's not like Cleveland, right? It's not like every year it was like we're going to get all these players to play with LeBron. And finally they're coming to play with LeBron. Early LeBron, nobody wanted to come there. He said it in his documentary. He said, dude, I talked to people. And they were like, hey, I'm not coming to
Cleveland. Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you're not being held hostage, bro.
I think he's putting a good spin on it when he's saying, like, it's my time, but, I appreciate the people in New Orleans, so I'm giving them a shot to get something for me.
That's all. That's called.
That's the spin
be
on
nice.
it.
That's the spin.
Yeah, that's the spin on it.
Be nice spin.
Rich Paul gave him that, and he took that and ran with it. I'm in a sense of I don't think there's any collusion, but I also agree with Charles Barkley is when he signed with Clutch Sports, the writing was on the wall. Yeah. I think we all figured where he was going with that. They're just trying to facilitate that a lot faster than what they wanted to.
Speed it up.
And then to put out that, whoever trades for him, he's not re-signing.
That's just, it right there. You're gonna rent me.
That's pigeonholing the market.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not gonna give up the boat for a year and a half rental. So
So if I'm New Orleans, what do?
You
I keep
trade him to the Lakers.
I keep you.
You trade him to the Lakers.
No, I keep you.
You trade him to the Lakers because Boston's not giving you nothing better than that. Boston said they'll give you anybody that's not named Tatum or Kyrie. And whoever else they got on their roster is not better than Kyle Kuzma.
But even if you give me a bunch of people from LA,
and if I'm LA,
and I give you AD, I'm still not gonna win.
I wouldn't have put Kuzma in that deal for some reason. They decided to do that because they just really wanted him.
No way I'm trading Kuzma.
But like you gave up all your chips on that one. I would never like LeBron, Kuzma, and
LeBron,
and
Kuzma,
AD would have been nice. And
it's
you
nice.
put Kyrie on that team.
Yes, that's sick.
That would have been real nice. And I would never told them to put Kuzma in there, but they just so gung ho to get him now, which I don't understand because a lot of people think this year for the Lakers is a throwaway season. Don't tell sports see if it's that. But a lot of people would think this year in LA is just a throwaway season. LeBron took 17 games off. He has to play this Christmas Day. Normally, you would think a guy like that will come back fairly quickly when he sees his team slide and give him some contribution. But in his mind, he'll tell you, like, I'm a competitor. I want to go out and play and all that, yada, yada, yada.
Gotta let the groin heal.
Yeah, but you know better than anybody that this year you're not competing for nothing. So why rush back so fast? But you're giving up your whole starting five. You're giving up Lonzo, Brandon, Kuzma, the foreign center guy, and your first-round draft pick. So basically, you're fleshing out a roster. If you get them, you got to go get Melo and J.R. Smith.
But it'll
both of them dudes is out there to go.
Cavs West plus Melo.
Yeah,
but if you give up all that and you're New Orleans, you're a contender now, right?
You're a contender.
You're a young contender, right?
Yep.
You can wait. So. You can wait a year and a half to get that same trade.
You could.
No, you can wait a year. Go one more season and trade him at the deadline next year.
And give him
because you don't want to let him go to free agency, right? Then you get nothing.
But
just trade him next
here's the thing, too. You want to make that deal now so that way you give guys Kuz, Ingram, Alonzo a year in New Orleans to assimilate to get them to re-sign with you. If you get them halfway through a year where you got to re-sign some of these dudes to larger contracts, they might not re-sign with you, and that trade is moot because then they'll all leave. All these dudes are on rookie deals. Look at your second contract. You want to get paid.
That's true.
You want to get paid your second contract. So not knowing off the top of my head when these guys come up, but you would think Brandon Ingram is coming up sooner because he's the oldest out of all those dudes.
Right.
And you would think he would want a larger contract. Zoe and Kuzma, they probably got another 2 years before they get to their second contract, but if you're trading for a guy like Brandon Ingram, you want him to get there as soon as possible because you want him to be in the city. You want him to feel the love to get him to re-sign because you're not just trading, just for assets for the next year and a half. You want at least one or two of these guys to re-sign.
Yeah. All right.
So I would put it. You're getting pressure from Popovich. You're getting pressure from the league. You're getting pressure from the Lakers. You're a small franchise. Your fan base is giving you pressure. And everything's telling you, not to do a deal with the Lakers because, everybody knows what they're trying to do, make a super team. But at the same time, you got to look out for your franchise. Two draft picks, Jaylen Brown, Terry Rozier, Marcus Smart. That's not enough.
Oh, clearly.
That's not enough. And you already got Drew Holiday. You don't need that many guys.
The only good deal is the Lakers.
That's the only good deal on the table. That's it. So if you want something, go get it now. You got to suck your pride up. They put you in a monopoly, baby. They put a vice grip on your balls. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it.
Oh, well. It'll be more drama and whoever's in the West, whoever's trying to beat Golden State.
The only way that this trade don't go through is if Silver vetoes it. And I don't see that happen.
Yeah.
He's not that guy.
Or New Orleans doesn't do it.
And they just get nothing for him and let him walk in 2020.
Yeah, they might wait next year and get and make the trade then. They might not.
And then they're
trying to
from
keep,
a half year.
They're trying to keep the control on the side of the franchise, and so can a player dictate like this, and this sets precedent. So we'll see.
Okay. What's your feelings? Is he traded by the trade deadline? What's the percentage on it? How you feeling?
I don't know. I don't know that I want to lend my emotion to this. Probably 60-40, he's gone.
64. He's traded by the deadline.
Yeah.
To the Lakers.
Yeah, the deadline's in 6 days.
Yep.
So 60-40, he's going to the Lakers.
Okay. All right. So put up on the NBA. Anything else that you think about?
We've covered it.
I think we covered everything. The association has taken up a lot this NFL weekend. So I got a top 5. Do you want to do a top 5 or you
I have
want
no top 5. I don't do top 5.
not you. Do you want to do the top 5 or do you just want to move the NFL and get this thing wrapped up? What you think?
I won't argue about your top 5. We'll keep the tradition.
Okay. All right. So my top 5.
So we can move because there's a big game Sunday.
It's a big game Sunday. And my top 5 is about the big game Sunday. So my top 5 is the top 5 biggest impact players in the Super Bowl, not named Tom Brady. Because you know who number 1 would be.
Oh, God.
And number 2 would be, and number 3 would be, it would be Dylan. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave Tom Brady off the list. And this is not one of those things where I say I'm going to leave him off the list and then surprise he's number 1. I thought about doing that, but I was like, no, I'm not going to do it.
That would have got a rise on him.
Top 5 guys, the key on in the Super Bowl. These guys need the ball out for their team to win. These are the 5 guys who I think need to make the biggest impact in this game to potential MVP, the potential just winning this game, helping their team succeed. So number 5 are the top 5 guys that need the biggest impact in this game, not named Tom Brady, is unfortunately Ndamukong Suh. So
former Lion.
I got to think about former Lions playing the Super Bowls and winning championships. So it's going to happen either way. Kyle Van Noy versus Ndamukong Suh. One of those former Lions are getting a championship. Cliff Averill championship. Things just happen. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so happy to not be rooting for a team like that.
So things just happen. So Ndamukong Suh is number 5 because he's going to get a lot of single coverage, which he has very much so capitalized on. When you got Aaron Donald on the other side of you versus a guard, I would take you every time. Like when you came into the league, you were one of the most dominant defensive tackles in the league. So this is your shot. This is your chance to be a champion.
This is your moment.
This is the thing that you always wanted. Every guy wants to play in the Super Bowl. This is for your legacy. So I would think that you would go balls to the wall. You're going to get a lot of single coverage. There's going to be a lot of inside zone with Sonny Michel. So go get the rock, bro. And Ndamukong Suh, number 5, who I think has the biggest chance to impact this game. At number 4, I'm going Todd Gurley. Probably low on some people's list, but
it is low.
I'm going Todd Gurley at number 4 because his nonchalant attitude about going into the Super Bowl is a little disturbing to me. Like he's real. He seemed like a chill dude altogether, but just like I don't care if I get the ball. I don't care if CJ Anderson gets the ball.
He's a team guy.
I just want to win.
Let him be a team guy.
I do, but it's just like I just feel like CJ Anderson is going to get the ball a lot more in this game.
Everybody wants to see Todd Gurley.
And I want to. It's the Super Bowl. I want to see Todd Gurley ball out. But your nonchalant attitude is going towards me not really think that like you're hurt, like you're not going to get the ball or something. So they need you, bro.
Set this up.
He may be. They need you to win this shit. Like I think Todd Gurley needs 100 yards rushing for them to win this game. So I think he's going to have one of the greatest impacts if he can do it. So I got him at number 4 for Todd Gurley. At number 3, I got Mr. 11 himself, Mr. Julian Edelman, the go-to guy. I think the go-to guy has moved from Gronkowski to Edelman. Edelman was the great third down wide receiver. He's a great slot guy. He's a guy that can get you a catch in crunch time. But the pace guy, the guy that got you the yards, the guy that got you 8 catches for 115 yards, 2 touchdowns, that was Gronk. Gronk was the guy that Tom always found when he needed a play, when he needed that first down, when he needed to keep the chains moving. That has gone to Julian Edelman this year. Gronk has been a blocker this year, a glorified millionaire blocker. So that Kansas City game, I think it was an aberration. Gronk is not on my list because I think he's not going to be that guy anymore.
They can win the Super Bowl without.
They can win the Super Bowl without Gronk going off, but you can't win a Super Bowl without Julian Edelman catching more than 5 balls. He's got to be the guy. He's got to be the guy going over the middle. He's got to be the guy setting the pick routes. He's going to be the guy that you need to watch out for. So I would get him matchup on Peters all day if I could, because he plays the quarterback and not the one.
Some gumbo.
Number 2, surprisingly, I'm picking Sony Michel. Like every game these playoffs, his inside zone runs break for some reason. Like the dude wasn't crazy in Georgia, battle of the Georgia running backs. You know, he wasn't like the biggest, the flashiest dude, but this dude has been getting off all playoffs. New England has changed how they play football this season. Like it was Tom Brady air raid to the Moss years, to the Gronkowski years, and now it's pretty much they line up and just run that sucker down your throat. For first down, second down, third down, they run that joker down your throat, and it's been Sony Michel all year. Now it's the Super Bowl. We're gonna see James White just because it's the Super Bowl.
That's true.
Just because it's the Super Bowl, so that might take him. That might take him off the field during third downs just to get James White the ball. You know, guys caught the most passes as a running back in the Super Bowl. I think he had like 8 catches in that Super Bowl win against Atlanta. So you might see Sony Michel come out the game in those third downs, but I still expect them this to be a run game. You got to get New Orleans. You got to get the Rams. Supposed to be New Orleans. You got to get the Rams off the field. So put Sony Michel in the game and let him run the ball. I see him competing with Tom Brady as Super Bowl MVP. And number 1, the legend in the making, Mr. Strong Side himself, just a body of muscles, Mr. Aaron Donald, man. This dude can be MVP of this game. How do you beat Tom Brady? Pressure.
Got pressure.
Pressure and uncomfortableness. So if you got Sue Sue 1-on-1, Aaron Donald has been double teamed all year, and the brother still got like 16 sacks. That inside zone run is you got to stay home. And who better than the defensive player of the year for him to do that? He's going to get double teamed. They're going to trap block him. They're going to game plan for him. But he's still going to – I still trust the fact that he's going to break out of everything that they put towards him, and he's going to have a game. If he comes out of that game with 2.5 sacks, a forced fumble recovery, everything, and the Rams win, that's your MVP right there. That's the guy that they're going to put on their shoulders. I was talking to a dude at work today. He was like, man, what do you feel about Sue and Donald on the outside as pass rushers, and you put Fall on the inside? I was like, bro, I mean, it sounds like a wrinkle, but do what you did to get there. Do what you did to get there, bro.
Yeah, keep them inside.
Like, why would you take him out of the middle of the field?
Yeah, keep them inside.
Keep that bull in the middle right there. So those are my top 5. A little lackluster, but, I had to make it work.
Safe.
Try to gears it towards the Super Bowl.
Safe 5.
And I didn't want to be a homer. I didn't want to be a Brady enthusiast by adding him on a list of greatness.
Have all 5 players be Brady.
And now I would have. So, Super Bowl. Who you got?
You're just going to try to ask me off the bat like that?
Yeah, I mean,
let's not even going to talk about the ups and the downs and the strengths and the weaknesses.
All right, look, no, because that's been dissected, prodded. Yeah, any show that you watch, who has the coaching advantage? Who has the defensive advantage? Who has the offensive advantage? Who has the intangible advantage? That's been dissected. We've had 2 weeks to go through all of this. I just want to know, how do you see the game going and who you got?
This game has the potential to be Seahawks Broncos 2.
Blowout. Oh, no, that was okay. So
that was a blowout.
Okay.
This has the potential. The Rams have the offense. The Rams have the D-line. The Rams have the team speed. This has the potential of being everybody's on that bandwagon. You got a great quarterback. You got the GOAT. You got all these things. And everybody rides that wave. And then these boys show up and they say, hey, wait a minute. We got some dogs over here too. And they show up and they got a couple of junkyard dogs. They got a couple of bulldogs. They got a couple of boys, some of the ones that you need to come in and bully somebody. And then you look up and it's 14 zip, 17 zip, 21 zip, it's 24-3,
28-3,
it's 28-3, it's 28-14, it's 35-14, it's 42-21. And before you know it, they just trying to figure out what happened. This game has that potential. And
but
when
is
I
that
say
what you're
that,
going with?
when I say that, I'm speaking from the heart. You understand me? When I say that, I'm speaking from the heart. And I'm also getting it on record, just in case it happens. But ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately,
Justin, get out of here. You're the biggest hedger of all time. I got some
unfortunately,
bushes for you to hedge after this.
unfortunately,
Get out.
I said it has the potential. I'm not hedging. I'm gonna make a pick.
No, you're
I'm
gonna
not
say
hedging.
you're gonna say, oh, you know, I picked this, but I told you that could happen.
No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna tell you my pick. I told you I had something for you. I have to put this out here. This is leading up. This reminds me of Dallas, New Orleans, going into Dallas that week. New Orleans can break the record. New Orleans can do this. Oh my God. And then Dallas put it on them boys. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this game is the New England Patriots, because at the end of the day, you can't pick against this man. You can't. This is a situation where you cannot pick against this guy. You look foolish picking against this guy. He makes after I saw the meme, after they trolled coming off the plane and they did the little video, we still here, and you can't do it, people. So if you're going into this game hoping the Rams are going to win, do it quietly.
We ain't
because this guy somehow, some way, this is Jordan rules of football. That's what this is. If it's late, the clock's running out, and they're close, they're going to win. So,
if you're up and they got the ball, then the clock's running out,
and they need to score to win,
you're gonna lose.
They're gonna win.
If they're behind and they have the ball and they're scoring to it, you're gonna lose.
I also think that the game plan that Belichick has should be very similar to how they played Kansas City. Belichick knows that these guys want to get in space. They want to blow the game open. They want to get up and down the field fast. So that means he's going to play everything tight. Corners are going to be up tight. Everybody's going to be tight. There's going to be a lot of hand jostling at the line. Timing's going to be off. That means Goff's going to have to sit back there. All of a sudden, New England's going to have a pass rush.
Yeah.
I see the game being very similar. Mahomes and his boys did get a chance, but that's not – New England's not the old New England, so they're not going to walk in and just beat you up. They understand now they've got what they need on the offensive side of the ball. They got the GOAT. Mm-hmm. And when you know you got the GOAT, all you got to do is play 3 quarters. And in the 4th quarter, you say, hey, come on, GOAT, do your thing. And they understand that, and that's what they do, and that's how they're going to win this game. They're going to win this game by simply being New England, understanding who they are, being really good at who they are. I think they junk this game up. They dirty it up. I think the Rams have moments where you see them be who they are, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And I think the Patriots are going to win this game 27-17. I think the Rams are going to get slowed down.
Close to my score. Okay.
I won't hedge it. I won't be the guy next week, though. I told you. I'm not going to be that guy. I can't do it.
There's no big build-up. I think we all know where I stand. Patriots are winning this game. It's obvious to me that they're going to win this game. Experience, know how time management.
Arrogant. That's so arrogant.
They know. They've been there, done that.
Look at the pot calling the kettle black when I should be like this with LeBron.
No, they know.
Listen to you.
No.
You used to be just your arrogance. Listen to you.
No.
It's so obvious that New England's going to win. The Rams are a good team. They deserve more than that.
No, they don't. Jared Goff. I mean, look, it's a good story. it's a great, matchup. I would have preferred New Orleans. It probably would have been a better game, but the Rams ain't ready. That's simple to me. I can see them offensively. They are not ready. I feel sorry for their defense because their defense seems like they're ready. At least their front seven seems ready. And but I don't give them much of a the way I see you beat the Patriots is playing like the Patriots. Run the ball, take the short routes, time management, keep it short on third down. That's how the Patriots do.
Gurley should be your number one guy.
And like Gurley, Cedar Anderson underneath routes all day. That's what I think you should dink and dunk them up the field all day. Here's the problem. Most coaches don't have the patience to do that. Most coaches don't have the patience to play the short game. They want, especially if you're used to throwing the long ball all game, especially if you're used to throwing the deep crosser all game, especially if you're used to your running back breaking a 50, 60-yard run. You don't have the patience to run on first down, get 4 yards, run on second down, get 4 yards, run a crossing route for 5 yards first down, run a ball on first down. A lot of people don't have that. They don't have that. The New England Patriots have that formula, and they run it to a T. Brady will throw 31 balls and complete 27 passes for 219 yards and win the game with one touchdown throw and let Sony Michel and Rex Burkhead run for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns apiece. They play the short game better than everybody because they have the patience to play it. I don't think the Rams have the patience to play the short game. They're going to try to play their game, and they're going to get pumped. I got the game 24-17 Patriots.
Okay. Close.
It's not going to be I don't see this going into the 30s. I don't see this being a shootout. I'll give the Rams may have like a 9-6 edge at halftime. I think the halftime is going to be like, well, this is a slow defensive game going into the third quarter. What do you see going? It might be like that. It's not going to be a flashy Super Bowl.
No games are like that with New England. They don't get flashy.
No.
They keep you from being flashy. If you're going to beat them, you're going to have to really beat them.
They're going to play the game, and they're going to test your patience. They're going to go on 13-play drives in the first quarter, take 7 minutes off the clock, and the first time you get on the field is going to be 3 minutes on the clock, and you're going to think you have to rush. You're going to think you will have to take those shots, and then you're going to go 3 and out thinking, what did we do? And you give Tom Brady back the ball in the second quarter with 11 minutes to go. And he's going to go on another 13-play drive and take another 7 minutes off the clock, and they probably won the toss, and they're going to get the ball at halftime. That's usually – and they played a patient game, and not a lot of people have that. Have the patience to play that game. So I'm going with them.
Well, there you have it. We both picked the same people. No debate. We're definitely different attitudes with it because
I feel like
I have to. You have to. If you're me,
you respect the opponent. I understand.
I have to.
I understand. You respect the opponent.
And I'm not the dummy here. I'm not looking like that guy's just. You sometimes in this role. You got to just call a spade a spade.
I feel like you don't want to say these things.
I
feel like when I tell you, I need you to feel this way, and you go, you're not going to make me feel this way. I feel like you have been beaten down to a point where you have to feel this way.
This is exactly what that is. This is a humbling experience. This is a situation where you have to just accept things. There are some things in life you just accept. This is one of those things. You're just accepting it.
Just accept it.
You have to accept it. And until he retires, you have to continue to accept this. It is what it is. Nothing you can do about it.
Okay.
He's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT. MVP Tom Brady.
MVP. No. Well, yeah, if the Patriots win, it's automatic MVP Tom Brady. Tom Brady can have a horrible. Tom Brady can throw for no touchdowns, and he'll still get the MVP.
But if Sony Michel gets like 175 and 2 touchdowns,
well then
they gotta give it to him.
All right, he'll just give it to Tom in the locker room.
Thank you, Tom. We appreciate it. And then Max Kellerman show up, be like, "This was the worst performance of Tom Brady. He hit the cliff. This was a gifted Super Bowl. They don't say that when Peyton Manning basically broke his back in the middle of his Super Bowl win, but they still gave it to him. But I digress.
Yeah, go ahead and digress. Don't be that guy.
Not a Peyton Manning enthusiast over here.
Ooh.
All right, so don't be afraid if you're rewatching this feed. Don't be afraid to put your scores in the feed. We appreciate it. Make sure you like, share everything. Shout out to Von's Plumbing, both licensed and insured. Top quality services. Make sure you give them a call at
313-304-7786.
Yes, waterproofing, getting up the cold. If you own a business, they services your business.
Call them.
Your home. Check them out, vonsplumbing.com.
Call them.
See the quotes. See the area service. Call them at
313-304-7786. Call them.
And by this time next week, we will be hopefully back in the studio. Throwing up another pod for you on iTunes. Make sure you subscribe to that. Make sure you trigger that bell and follow us on our YouTube page. And we appreciate it, man. Anything else?
Hey, enjoy the Super Bowl. Hope you guys are watching it in comfort, with friends, with loved ones, with family, or maybe just chilling at the crib. Either or. Enjoy it. Biggest weekend of the year. One of the biggest weekends of the year. Definitely one of the biggest days of the year.
I wish it was on a Saturday.
Pastors let your people out. Right. We have to go to work on Monday.
Yeah.
Pastors let your people out of church early so they can get home and get the festivities started.
Oh, yeah.
But enjoy yourselves. We will.
Okay. On behalf of us,
Peace.
hi.